on behalf of me and everybody else that works on this podcast, which is it's just me. And sometimes Ryan's here too. Not today though, because apparently he thinks he's too fucking cool. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, just want to say Happy New Year's to everybody, and hopefully 2023 is a good year. I know we've had some rough ones, so let's go in guns blazing. It's time for the New Year's Eve podcast. Let's go! Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode number 54. Oh, it's been a while. And by a while I mean this podcast will be late because I've been doing, and I put it in the post on Facebook too, but I've just been busy doing what I think everybody should be doing during this time, which is spending time with family and family and friends, and whoever your loved ones are. And if you don't have any loved ones, I guess just embrace yourself. I really don't know what to tell you. But yeah, or go to a community event. That's a good one. But I don't know. Nobody should be alone. Nobody should be alone on Christmas. Yeah, if you guys think my voice is fucking nasally normally, holy fuck, you're in for a treat today because I'm a little bit sick. My baby girl, my sweetie pie butterscotch, as I call her. She got me sick. She was sick. She came over for Christmas, so. But that's called being a parent. Sometimes when kids are sick, you gotta be around them. You gotta deal with it, and usually you end up getting sick. Actually, the last few times I haven't really gotten sick after they've been sick, so I've been kind of lucky in that front. But not this time. I definitely didn't get as bad as her though. And my sister's boyfriend, he got like the plague. He's like bedridden for a couple days. So I'm counting my blessings that I just kind of felt like shit for a couple days, and now I'm just stuffy and you know nothing too serious, but I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I had a good Christmas with the family, just kind of chilling, and like I said, my sister was down and her family, and I brought the kids over and we opened presents, and they loved their presents, and they played with each present for about 10 seconds till they moved on to the next one, and you know, regular kid stuff. So, yeah, so it was good. And yeah, we got some good visiting and ate some good food. I don't know. What do you guys eat at Christmas? We had obviously like the turkey's the big thing, right? That people usually do. Um, but this year we kind of just did finger foods. We did turkey, we did, of course, but we did a lot of like, well, I should say we. It was my mom. My mom did like everything. My mom and her boyfriend, they did like everything. So, but it was like a lot. We did a lot of finger foods. She tried out some little, what the hell were they called? They were like donair. She made like donair spring rolls almost. I don't know. They were donair spring rolls. I think that's what they were. They're pretty damn good though. I really enjoyed them. So she had a bunch of those, and yeah, it was good. It was a good time. Uh, Many merry things were done, and besides that, we had like surprise dip and taco dip, and apparently, unfortunately, I had to work yesterday, but and today. That's why the podcast is late. Oh, I was out of town for a day there, but uh, the sorry, I'm so fucking brain dead right now. I'm just like between being sick and just running around and being busy. It's just like I've actually contemplated switching the podcast day to a different day just so I don't have more of these stupid fucking episodes where I'm basically a brain dead zombie because I'm so fucking tired. But it kind of it kind of led me to the epiphany. Of course, here we go. I'm gonna go on a Cody rant again, but it leads me to that epiphany of like how how are people supposed to get ahead in this fucking world and do the hobbies, right? Like do the things that they're passionate about. When they get fucking you get teabagged at work all day, and usually you work overtime or whatever, and then you get home. It's like you want to try to relax and stuff, but then it's like no, you want to do other things. You want to do your hobbies and you want to do them well, but it's like you're so fucking beat from work. But I like to do the podcast during the week because then I have the weekends to work on bigger projects or to just relax or spend time with the kids and all that. So, but I will admit it has been a detriment to the podcast sometimes because sometimes I just come in here and I feel goddamn brain dead. I hate it so much, but I'm doing my best, I swear. But ah, it is what it is. But yeah, Christmas was good. The taco dip was good. The donators were good. Uh, because I was gone, that's the point I was getting at. Because I was gone, I missed out on the brisket. They made a smoked brisket. Uh, Steve makes one hell of a brisket on the smoker. That's my mom's boyfriend. Jesus Christ, it is fucking delicious. Like he got me addicted to to brisket, but like smoked brisket in particular. It just oh god, so good. But yeah, and then of course we had this traditional turkey and all that regular stuff. But it was a good time all around, and there there wasn't really a lot of extra stuff that I wanted to talk about today. Again, it will be kind of a shorter episode, but there was there's one thing that I've noticed recently, and I just want to bring it up because I don't know. I don't know if it's been around forever necessarily, or if it's just uh, like a trend now or something. But there seems to be this fucking trend going on right now that I've noticed on social media and stuff of these Sigma males. Like, you have beta males, which we know who those guys are. The alpha males, which we know who those guys are. Like the Andrew Tates. The guy that just got arrested. That's how you can tell this podcast is so new. Because I think that just happened like today or yesterday. Late last night. But yeah, Andrew Tate got arrested or something. I don't know what the fuck is the deal with that. But I will say on that note real quick. Because it's kind of a related subject. But the whole Andrew Tate thing. Okay. Let me put it this way. And I've spoken on this before on the pod. But let me just put it this way. When it comes to Andrew Tate. Like, is he a rich dickbag? Sure, absolutely. But when you have that much money, yeah, you kind of become a dickbag. But also, I don't get why he gets so much hate. I really don't, because people are making it seem like he's the devil and he's a jerk. So I went about I went out to see because I like to investigate things for myself. If people think they don't like a guy or they say he's the devil, I want proof because I'm gonna give the devil his due, as it were. I'm not gonna go on a fucking tirade and hate somebody and cancel them or whatever. I mean, I never cancel anybody, but you know I'm not gonna hate on somebody just because somebody told me to. I used to do that when I was younger, in my early 20s. I would literally, and this is what I always tell people, because I used to be a hardcore lefty, and it was just kind of how my politics swung, and it's just because I was kind of in the mass hysteria of, well, excuse me, I was in the mass hysteria of like pop culture and Hollywood bullshit, right? Because it's all ingrained into you, and it's kind of drilled into your head about, you know, just their agenda, right? The inclusivity and all that stuff. And once I kind of escaped from that and started thinking for myself, I realized that I didn't really agree with any of that shit, and it was all kind of like literally, it was literally just people following trends. It's no different than everybody hates Nickelback thing. It was kind of an internet meme, but people really did hate Nickelback, but then when you talk to anybody, it's like nobody really hates Nickelback. They all just say they hate them. That was a really nasally point there. Nickelback. God, I sound so stupid. I'm definitely not going to be able to listen to this episode ever. No clips for me. But yeah, like it's just it was kind of like a hive mind that they had, and they would suck people into it. And I just yeah, it was around 2015, 2016. I stopped subscribing to all that stuff. I stopped believing in all that stuff, and I just started kind of free thinking for myself. And a lot of it started with the Donald Trump thing, and I don't want to open that can of worms, of course. And again, he has the same kind of problem, right? Obviously, Trump's kind of a dickhead, and he's kind of a hothead, and he's a reality show star at the end of the day. But having said that, I think he had a lot of good points for America, and I think he was looking out for Americans. But the reason he was so viciously hated is because they couldn't control him. And, when it comes to this Andrew Tate guy, because we're going to get back on track here, I just think Andrew Tate has received a bunch of hate like that because he's just, you know, he's kind of he looks like a dickbag, right? And he has a bunch of girls on his podcast and stuff like that. And so people just assume, right? But if you listen to what the guy's actually saying, he's not saying anything outlandish. Like, yes, he said a couple of misogynistic things. What? Fucking get over it. Like, I get it. I do get it. It's not right. I'm not going to condone it. I don't think he should be saying bullshit like that. There's a couple times where he came off, and he wasn't technically being like sexist or anything. He was just, it was his tone, right? So I don't remember what he said, but I just remember, yeah, the way he said it in soundbite form, yeah, sounded fucking terrible. But again, I don't think he's this fucking demon that they make him out to be. For the most part, he just wants young men to fucking, get their shit together and start thinking about themselves and making themselves better and building themselves up. And he just talks about how he doesn't want to destroy the classic kind of male, right? He doesn't want to destroy like what people, what men are, strong providers. I think that's what he kind of strives for. That's what his message is anyway. He wants guys to be strong like him and, do all that cool shit. But I don't think he's inherently evil. And it's just like there's this huge movement, right? That has been the feminist movement. And it's been crazy for a long time. They've been going nuts. And it's gotten to the point where there's girls on podcasts talking that how we don't need men. And there's the one lady. I'm gonna have to look it up. Uh, uh, Let me look it up here. This is this is never gonna work. What? Ah, fuck. Whatever. I can't remember her name, but you guys would know her if you seen her on clips and stuff. She's like a redhead, and she'll talk with other girls on podcasts, and they'll all be talking about women and how they're powerful they are, and then she'll be kind of the contrarian that goes against the grain and kind of stands up for men in a way. And it's one of those things, right, that men technically don't need to be stood up for in a sense. So people think she's just being a fuck. I can't remember what they call it. Fuck, I can't Google it. I need to get a producer. I can Google everything for me. Jamie, can you Google this? Like Joe Rogan. Um, do. What was I looking up? Uh, do, call. Whoa. What do they call it? No, that's not it. A female chauvinist is the opposite of what she is. That's the person who, yeah, that's what the other girls are for the most part. I don't. Is it misanthrope? I don't know. Fuck, I don't know, guys. I don't have time to fucking Google this shit right now. I'm doing a pod show. But yeah, either way, she stands up for women for men's rights, and yeah, she's like always kind of being combative towards these girls, and it's kind of this there's this whole wave of ladies that think they don't need men, and it's fucking it fucking makes me cringe because we need everybody, guys. Okay, whether you like it or not, we need guys, gals, yin and the yang, baby. We fucking all live on this earth. Can we just get along? There's no men are better than girls at a lot of shit. Then girls are better than men at a lot of shit. I said shit too much. Don't make me say it again. But that's my point, though, is that like we all have our specialities. You know, men are traditionally stronger, so they do the tasks like the labor tasks and stuff like that. And then women are typically more emotionally stable and more caring. They're good at child caring. Great, all that stuff, right? Nails, makeup, clothing, desk jobs, typically. That's cool. Now, I'm going to hear somebody yelling from the back. Well, there's female mechanics, there's female construction workers. Yeah, of course there is. There's outliers. There's also male barbers. Hairdressing these days is like female dominated. 100%. Classic barbers used to be more male, I think. At least that's the way they portrayed it in movies. But like nowadays, I think we can all agree that the hair industry is fucking dominated by girls. But yeah, there's still going to be men hairdressers. There's going to be men that do nails too. There's going to be men that work desk jobs. There's going to be men that any kind of female job. Like it goes both ways, guys. It doesn't matter. We're just talking about generalities. Like it's not like anybody says like, yeah, yeah, like being a hairstylist. It's really is a women's world. It's not like you're gonna see men standing up going, "Bitch, there are men in that career too." Like, no, you don't see that because nobody gives a fuck. But why am I talking about this? Why am I saying this to you? And the reason I'm saying it is because there's this new trend that I've seen, and it kind of I think it relates to kind of the people standing up for Andrew Tate and you know his beliefs is there's this whole group of Sigma male. People are talking about being Sigma or being a Sigma male and what that entails. And essentially what that entails. Oh, excuse me. I am I'm dying. Ugh. Okay. Okay, I'm good. Fuck. So stuffed up. Sorry, got angry there. So so essentially what these Sigma males are is in like if you're looking at like hierarchies, like typical, that Sigma is on the same level as Alpha, as far as I understand it. But the Sigma is a person that doesn't sit in the hierarchy, by his own choice. It's essentially a guy that kind of forges his own path, right? So and that's there's this kind of chain of guys that because everybody was kind of saying be alpha, but the new trend right now is kind of being sigma, and it's you know I see it as kind of forging your own path. But part of what it's doing too is it's making a group of men also that um like these crazy feminists, right? They're kind of they're kind of going the opposite direction, and they're being like guys against girls, guys that don't want to have anything to do with girls, or don't want to give them power, right? There'll be like a meme. It'll be like some hot chick on Instagram or something, and then all of a sudden, it'll cut to the guy from Peaky Blinders, and it'll be like, "Did you do your workout today? 20 push-ups." And you know, as far as it goes for this whole Sigma thing, I'm all on board for it. Like as far as the working out goes and like men bettering themselves, I think that's important. I think that's a good thing, and that's kind of one of my resolutions this year. It's fucking stereotypical, but I do want to go to the gym more and just kind of get in better shape, especially for disc golf season. I like I went to the gym a few days ago with my brother-in-law, and like I actually really enjoyed it. The problem with gym for me, and I always said this, I don't like gym culture. I don't like gym culture, but the nice thing is that the gym he took me to, there's not really crazy fucks there, and the guys that are crazy don't really interact with you there. So it's kind of nice. He showed me a nice gym, but also but also the other thing that withdraws me from them is just like I don't have a workout plan for myself. Like I don't know what to do. Again, you can research it. I do my own like kettlebell shit at home and my heavy bag and all that. But we were doing like a full upper body day, so he showed me the whole thing to do and how much weight to put on, the proper lifting technique for you know doing a whole barbell or whatever. He showed me how the bar weighs 45 pounds always, unless it's a special bar. And then, sometimes and I just started with no weights because that's as much as I could do, and you don't want to fucking overdo it and hurt yourself. So, yeah, I did that. And, it felt good. It actually felt good and it felt natural. So I think if he gave me a plan to follow, I think I could stick to it pretty easily. And that gym would be okay with me because there's not a bunch of dick bags there. So, I don't know. I would like either way. If I don't do it at the gym, I'll be doing it at home either way because I want to get into some peak fitness this year. That's my goal anyway, as well as do more stuff on the channel here besides just the podcast. But but yeah, we'll see where it goes. And back to the got off track there again. Back to the whole uh, the Sigma male thing. Yeah, like again, I think it's good that guys want to focus on their own shit, and I think that girls can be distracting too, for sure, to guys. And there's a lot of guys. It's so hard, right? Because there's a lot of guys that are doing this because they're pissed off because they're getting strung along by girls, Because there's some girls, and this is the funniest thing about the feminist movement is that I don't know how they don't realize this, but the feminists literally have like girls have all the power when it comes to sex, when it comes to like sex right now and stuff like that. Like it is in the online dating world, it is all up to the girls. Like if you're a girl, you're gonna get fucking countless matches on Tinder and shit like that. Don't matter. Don't matter either way. But if you're a guy, you gotta work your ass off, or you gotta be like one of the best looking dudes out there. But like, because literally a girl, you could just message any guy. You want to fuck? Yep. Okay, there you go. You're fucking. You know, guys like fuck. You gotta put in the work, put in the hours, and so I think it's this kind of movement. I think it's a lot of these guys that are kind of trying to take that power back or take, you know, make it seem like they don't have power. Like, I don't have time for you. I'm, busy working on myself. And again, I think it's okay for guys to work on themselves, but I just don't think we need to go so far in either direction. We need to stop the hating. Women need to stop hating men just because we are men, and these guys need to stop hating women because they're not interested in them or just because they don't like women. I don't know what the reasons are, but you gotta just like everybody just needs to calm the fuck down and work on yourselves. That's good, and don't let women take advantage of you, and women don't let men take advantage of you. It swings both ways. So I that's all I'm gonna say on that. There wasn't really a coherent topic there. It was just it's just kind of a trend that I noticed. It's that yeah, like these just a group of a real trend of people doing the Sigma thing, which I don't know. Again, I can't say if it's positive or negative, but it was started by like a lot of people started it. I think listening to Andrew Tate, so I guess we'll see. And again, I'm not really gonna talk much about his. Well, I won't talk at all about his arrest because I don't know anything about it. I know he got roasted by Greta Thunberg on Twitter, which by the way was a really like that was a really stupid fucking tweet. What was it again? Whoa, what the fuck was it? Oh, she trolled him 6 times. It said, "Yeah, fuck you." Wow, Twatter, you mean, not Twitter? Yeah, it was something. Yeah, it was like Andrew Tate. This is on the 27th of December. Yeah, he said hello and he added her. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Woo! Oh, that was ugly. Sorry about that. Headphone users rip. And now I'm gonna be sniffing the whole time. So yeah, Andrew he said hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8-liter quad turbo. My two Ferrari 812 Competizione. Oh, Competizione. Have 6.5-liter V12s. Fuck, those are big. He's like, yeah, this is just a start. Basically, yeah, blah blah blah. Showed off his cars and how much emissions they do. And then she just retweeted it with a comment and said, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And yeah, people people thought it was hilarious and oh, this hurts me. Jacksepticeye put this isn't even murder, you straight up nuked him into orbit. Or nuked him from orbit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but unfortunately Jack is a lefty too, so that doesn't surprise me. Again, I don't there's a lot of people that I have respect for, and Jacksepticeye is one of them because I think he was such a powerful force on YouTube, but again he's politically he leads left, so he's gonna go along with all this kind of stuff to get more popular towards the channel, and it works. So I can't really blame him for that. I mean, that's the thing. I think it's I think it's important for people to forge their own destiny like that and have their own thoughts and have their own like their own political stance. And this is the important thing. I still like Jack. It's not like I'm gonna read this and be like, oh, he's a lefty. I fucking hate that loser. No, it's like, yeah, he's a lefty. I know he's a lefty. Still respect the guy. Still respect him. Still love his content. Still think he's a cool guy. We just have differing political views. Whatever. It's amazing how you can still like people, still be friends with people and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Oh, Andrew Tate down here said, "How dare you, Cobra Tate?" Why is his name Cobra Tate? I don't get it. Either way, that's what happened there. So I don't know anything about that. I guess we'll figure out what goes on uh, later on. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling on about that bullshit and just say one last thing to close her off here. And it's an important thing. Sorry, I'm sniffling and I'm sneezing like a motherfucker. I apologize, but the last point I'm gonna make here, I just wanted to bring this up. This is a story. So this happened. What day was this? December 28th. So, a couple days ago. But I think it happened the night before. But it was out in Ontario. In Ontario, Canada, there was a 28-year-old constable, so policeman. His name is Grzegorz Pierzchala. I can't say that name very well, but Constable Pierzchala essentially he responded to a call of a vehicle that was in a ditch by Hagersville in Ontario, of course. It was on Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, so it was on Tuesday. Yeah, so it would have been the 27th or whatever. But basically, the reason I want to bring this up is this young officer, 28-year-old, younger than me, 4 years younger than me, in fact. And he responds to this call of it's a vehicle in the ditch. So police will check, make sure you're alive and help you out. And he arrives on the scene to help these people. And when he approaches the car, he's shot and killed. Multiple gunshot wounds. Didn't even get a chance to pull his sidearm out. Just dead. Just fucking killed in cold blood. And the person that was in the vehicle that they didn't know at the time he was, of course, a person that was awaiting court time. He was let me see. I just want to make sure. I just have to make sure I have the names right because I don't want to put the wrong names. Yes, 25-year-old Randall McKenzie and 30-year-old Brandy Crystal Lynn Stewart Sperry. Holy fuck, that's a name. They're each facing a charge of first-degree murder. And yeah, so it was a guy and a gal. And yeah, they shot and killed this officer who was just gonna come there to help them out of the ditch. And they just obviously he had court dates and he had a warrant out for his arrest because he missed court. So obviously he didn't want to get caught by the police. So he took it upon himself, this real fucking piece of shit, decided, fuck that. No, I'm just gonna kill this guy. And guess what? I'm still going to jail anyway. Because I killed a man. So now some family doesn't get to see their husband, son. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he has kids. I don't know anything about the officer. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that a man was killed And all he was doing was his job. Service to Canadians. Trying to help. Yes, the person had. Yes, the person in the car was a felon, and yes, he probably would have been taken to jail by the officer, or at least sub. I don't know what they call it, subpoena. I don't know. He would have been like, "Oh, you have a court date. You have warrants out for your arrest." He probably would have been arrested. You know, but still, no. They thought, let's fucking kill this guy. And the worst part about it is that the offender, had multiple gun charges, and he was still. I don't know how to. I don't know how he got a job. I don't know how he got a gun. And again, I don't agree with taking away everybody's guns, but this guy should have had no access to a gun. So if he had access to a gun that wasn't obtained through criminal activity, then I would just be shocked. But either way, it's a sad story, and it just kind of brings me back to the whole defund the police thing. And, it's just, for me, it's kind of a story that cuts close to the bone in a way, because I do have family in law enforcement. And, you know, it's just, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The whole people say that they need to stop police, or we don't need police, or like police are pussies, or whatever their whole thing is. You know what? They put their fucking lives on the line every day. Every day. Because people always say this, They're pissed off about a tint ticket or something like that. It's like, well, guess what? Like, every time an officer goes up to a car to go up to the front, there's a percentage, it might be low, but there's always the percentage chance that somebody will just shoot you. They could just have a gun in there and they'll just fucking shoot you. So, I get it. It's frustrating getting tickets. You get a speeding infraction or whatever the fuck. You do something small. I get it. You're pissed off. I got that too. I was pissed off at the police a lot too, and I've had bad dealings with them too. Special peace officers, because they're little cunts sometimes. But to say we don't need police, or that we should just defund them and they're useless and don't do anything, that's just fucking. It's just disrespectful. Honestly, it's just fucking stupid. Because look at this guy. This guy, again, I don't know if he has kids. I'm pretty sure he has a wife. I don't know. But, he has family either way. And their boy's not coming home. Because some sack of shit he was going to get assisted by him. And yeah, probably hauled off to jail, unfortunately, because he had warrants out. But nonetheless, just a guy doing a good deed. And he's dead now. So, don't want to bring your New Year down, but I just want you guys to be aware of these stories and just say that, like, it's horrific out there for police. And their job is not easy. If anything, they need more. They need more funding and more training and more protection. So shit like this doesn't happen. So, from Cody at the Not Rich Just Bored podcast, I just want to say, rest in peace, Constable Grzegorz Pierzchala. Is it Pierzchala? I think it's Pierzchala. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but please rest in peace and thank you for your service. I know not all Canadians appreciate the sacrifice that the police make every day, and that you know our soldiers make overseas. But I do. It's not a job for me, man. It's not a job for me. So I'm glad there's people like this constable that are willing to put their life on the line for the greater good. So thank you again, and that'll be the end of the podcast, everybody. Um, so, sorry, I didn't want to end it on such a sad note, but it's an important story, and I really do think that he should be remembered as a hero because he was. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. I got to do some cleaning and get ready for the New Year's party. So once again, Happy New Year's to you all. It was great. It was great to connect with the family, and I'm ready to crack the whip on 2023, and let's make it a good one, guys. So remember, all links. I just don't know how to speak anymore. I'm sorry. Links to social media are in the description below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.